रेकी वन नाबू हमारा नाम है विनोद लाल फैंटम रेडियो फीजी 2 हम लोग बहुत लाइक करता हुआ ये सुनता है
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Yana Vinaka and good morning Fiji. In this bulletin, EFL spending thousands daily on fuel usage. New fire number aimed to avoid confusion. And Mental Health Month launched.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
As the country is currently going through the dry spell, Energy Fiji Limited's dependency on fossil fuel has also increased. Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says the current bill per day for fossil fuel stands at around $350,000. He adds this is becoming a costly affair. Kritika KUMAR reports.
Rain plays a major role for EFL, and the lack of it in recent time has seen a massive spike in the dependence and cost of fuel.
So with that high proportion coming from fossil fuel, as I speak right now, our fuel bill is around, I would say, about $350,000 a day. Otherwise, if you generate more from hydro, then it comes down to about, say, 250,000. So it's about 100,000 a day. You know, that's the impact, you know, if you drop it by 10 or 15% hydro.
Patel adds the last few months have been dry, and the EFL's Nandarivatu hydroelectric scheme has been operating on 25% capacity.
But on a daily basis, we are able to run at least 5 to 10 megawatts instead of the 20 megawatts or 40 megawatts. We've got 2 machines in Nandarivatu, so in full capacity, we have a lot of water, we can do 40 megawatts. But right now, we are operating at about, say, 25% capacity in the dry season.
Minister for Infrastructure Chone Usumate says, during the rainy season, more than 60% of Fiji's electricity is from renewable sources.
The cost of fuel, the impact of buying fuel in our economy in terms of the difference between our trade balance, amount of money that's being spent on fuel. If we can harness renewable energy in this country, it's going to have benefits. Due
to the pandemic, the decrease in global demand for oil has seen a decrease in the prices as well, which has brought some relief for EFL, but that is not enough. Hasmukh Patel has assured Fijians that they have enough capacity to meet the electricity demand and will continue to ensure the country and its people do not suffer from blackouts. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Confusion amongst Fijians on the number to dial during emergencies will be a thing of the past after the launch of the new fire helpline 910. Local Government Minister PREMILA KUMAR says every minute counts when responding to a fire emergency, and it is critical for Fijians to conform to the change as it can save lives and reduce property damage. Kumar says that an influx in the number of fire cases in recent months could be due to Fijians not knowing the number to dial during emergencies.
Launch of the new 910 fire emergency helpline relies on the support of all the parties and stakeholders, including the private sector and government. I urge everyone to work together to assist the NFA team in creating awareness on the National Fire Emergency Helpline number 910.
Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says the mental effects of the COVID-19 lockdown is not as severe in Fiji as seen in many other countries. While launching the Mental Health Awareness Month yesterday, Dr. Wanganambete said they've noted a decrease in attempted suicide and suicide cases when compared to past years. The Health Ministry says they've recorded 72 cases in 8 months compared to 89 for the same period last year. He says Fijians are encouraged to work together during these trying times to tackle mental health problems.
If you actually look right across the world at the moment, there are many first world countries that are suffering from a mental health perspective because of continual lockdowns. And we are blessed in that respect because we've been very definitive, and in that way the community is back to its new normal.
Being ranked the safest place to travel for holiday next year will bode well for Fiji when the borders reopen. Fiji is the only Pacific Island country among 14 others in the world to be ranked the safest place to travel in 2021. A recent survey by Tourlane has given Fiji the top rating, and Minister for Trade and Tourism Fayez Koya says this will be a key point to highlight during the marketing campaigns. He says the new rating has placed Fiji in a better position than a lot of other developed nations.
It's quite a feat to actually do that, to be ranked, as number one, especially with all the developed nations around the world that are fighting so hard for the tourism space.
5 young and innovative individuals have been awarded for their participation in the Plastic-Free Fiji competition. The competition was designed in line with the government's effort of a plastic-free Fiji, where Fijians were asked to develop practical alternatives of plastic bags. In an effort to combat climate change, government has ramped up actions by reducing import duty on biodegradable kitchenware and tableware from 32 to 0%. Ministry for Economy Permanent Secretary MAKERETA KONROTE says Fijians need to adapt to the changes introduced by the government.
And it is this level of thinking that will help us craft solutions that will safeguard our environment and our day-to-day lives.
The use of organic fertilizers in Fiji is extremely limited, and the Ministry of Agriculture is working to develop organic fertilizers or compost that people can use in gardens. However, the Agriculture Ministry says it has seen an increase in a number of online entities selling what they claim is organic fertilizer, and is urging farmers to be vigilant when purchasing such fertilizers. In an effort to get farmers the best in organic fertilizers, the ministry hopes to launch its home gardening initiative this month. Samisoni Enterprises, the parent company of Hotbread Kitchen, are one of many organizations that have begun to sell fertilizers they claim is organic to farmers. However, the apparent organic fertilizer called Carrion needs chemical-based Folifate to activate its properties, but Koroi Savo maintains that the fertilizer distributed by Samisoni Enterprises is organic and has been given the go-ahead by the Agriculture Ministry.
These naturally occurring substances, and rather than it being taken to landfill, bring it to our composting facility, let science do its work, nature do its work, and actually turn into compost that can be then packaged and given out to the farmers. And we intend to do that for free.
We send them samples for testing. They are the ones who've given the green light, hence why the product is here.
And turning overseas, Australia could start manufacturing a coronavirus vaccine next month to be rolled out early next year. The government has finalised the deal with 2 of the world's leading candidates if their trials succeed. Up ahead, FRU calls on FNRL to make the right decision, and Daniela Sandrungu continues to impress.
Hi, Bula. I'm Shelai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Fiji Rugby Union is calling on the Fiji National Rugby League to be clear about the type of message they are sending to players. This after the FNRL's Nambour Broncos opened its doors for Naitasiri under-19 lock Keresi Maya after he was handed a 6-year ban for punching a match official on August 29th. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor says while they respect the decision made by Rugby League, they hope good sense will prevail.
It's unfortunate that they come out and say that they'll allow him to play. We hope that it doesn't send the wrong message to young players and players playing both codes, that it's okay to assault a match official.
I think Rugby League is more concerned about the players' holistic well-being rather than just playing on a Saturday. And for that reason, his return will be determined upon a lot of factors, including a rehab process that he will have to undergo.
Super Rugby flanker Daniela Sandrungu continues to impress for the capital side in the Skipper Cup competition. Manager Nemani Tuifangalele says the 21-year-old is only beginning to make his mark. Sandrungu has been instrumental for the defending Skipper Cup champion since he made his debut in the first round of competition. Tuifangalele says Sandrungu has been one of the standout players in the squad, pulling through in crucial moments of the game. The manager adds more can be expected and seen from the former Ratukandavu level school student in the remaining Skipper Cup matches to come. The Thai level rugby team have a lot to play for in the Skipper Cup this weekend. Going into the second round of competition, the team is out to avenge their 19-6 loss to Namosi at Thompson Park at the start of the season, while gunning for a much-needed win to move out of the relegation zone. Tailevu is putting in the hard yards this week as they prepare to face the Fairbrother Sullivan Trophy holders again on Saturday. Assistant coach Timothy Nangusa says Tailevu is banking on their younger players in this week's clash.
For the television, it's a young and there's not a lot of experienced players in the team. So every week we're trying to work on a combination that will take us through the games.
Basketball Fiji plans to host more Bula Hoops programs around the country. The program is to help children from the age of 6 to 14 learn the basics of the sport. Following its success in Suva, Basketball Fiji will introduce the program in Lautoka.
We're encouraged with the number of children that have come out to register for the program. We're into week 6 of the program, and the program will be ending in 4 more weeks. We're also excited for the opportunity to have the program extend to Lautoka.
And in weather, today is Wednesday, the 9th of September. Expect generally fine weather to prevail, with cloud covers expected in the afternoon and into the evening. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Nevan go MAKERETA lawa, go ngai tavua, ando talita kana varoronga na Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.
Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.